Hello, hi everyone. My name is Devin Kanaz. I'm the publisher of Travelweek. We love getting you the information you need so that you can send your clients on fabulous holidays all over the world. And today we have a very special brand with us, Silverseas. Wow, they are known for being the top of the top, amazing cruises all over the world. So before I introduce our two guests today, just a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, we have a $100 gift card, so make sure you stay until the end and then you'll qualify to win that. If you have any tech questions or problems, you can put them in the chat and my colleague will help you. And if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A box and we're going to save them until the end and we're going to get all of them answered. So I'm super excited about today's webinar. We're going to learn all about Silversea, and to help us with that, we have Carolina and Kristen. Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
everyone.
Thanks so much for being here with us today. We are excited. Take it away. Tell us all about Silversea.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're both so excited to be here. I'm going to apologize because I am fighting a little bit of a cold, so I might have a little cough here and there. But yeah, let's get started.
Here's to the moment, to ever-changing landscapes, and the once-in-a-lifetime, to breaking new grounds, and having every reason to celebrate, to growing bolder together, to finding more.
I just love that video. It really captures who we are and where we go. But what is our mission? So Silversea creates once-in-a-lifetime moments for guests through immersive experiences in remarkable destinations, all while providing uncompromised comfort and exceptional service on board. And I'm so proud to share that we have the largest fleet in the luxury space. Out of our 12 ships, 6 of them have been launched since 2020. Our two newest is the Nova class, the Silver Ray and the Silver Nova, carrying 728 guests, to the Silver Muse class, which is the Spirit, Dawn, Moon, and Muse. The Dawn is my personal favorite. She has this unique feel to her, these beautiful Italian linens throughout, and this smell of a spa as soon as you board her ship. They are about 596 to 608 guests, to our smallest classic ship, the Silver Shadow and the Silver Whisper, which is approximately 255 guests to 274. And of course, our 4 beautiful expedition ships with our Silver Wind and Cloud. Carrying at approximately 255, the Endeavor, which is one of our most beautiful ships, carrying approximately 220 guests. She is stunning and beautiful. To our smallest beauty, the Origin. She sails to the Galapagos year-round, and she's only 100 guests total. So why Silversea? So we explore to all 7 continents, but we really offer that personalized service with a ratio of nearly 1 devoted crew member to every guest. The all-inclusive experience, from premium beverages to fine dining, and of course a dedicated butler in every suite. The culinary innovation, explore culture through the cuisine of the SALT program that we just launched a few years ago, with a variety of culinary offerings. And we do comfort without compromise. All our suites, all ships are with ocean view. So we are an all-suite ship, ocean view cruise line. Intimate ships, infinite horizons. We sail to over 900 destinations. So we have something to offer everyone. Our suite features, so we are an all-suite ocean view, mostly offering private verandas. Every suite will have a bedroom and sitting area, as well as beautiful fine bed linens, premium mattresses, a wonderful walk-in wardrobe to hang all those beautiful dresses, a personalized safe with a jewelry box to store all your jewels, unlimited Wi-Fi, the refrigerator and bar setup. We can have that stocked to your client's preferences. So if they prefer a Grey Goose vodka, maybe they want pineapple Fanta, Pellegrino, whatever it may be, you let your butler know, and we will make sure that the bar is stocked up for the week. Luxurious European bath amenities, plus the choice of other European brands. You also receive a pillow menu. So if you are picky with the firmness or the feel of your pillows, you can request a pillow menu from your butler and we can accommodate those changes. Plush bathrobes and slippers, of course, umbrellas, a direct dial telephone. But what's really unique is the interactive media library. And I actually had to ask my butler how to use it because there was so much information on it. So you have over 800 different movies to watch. But not only that, you could view your week's excursions, your reservations at the restaurants. You can access the menu for each restaurant. It's also a way for the clients to connect with the ship. So if there are any changes, any updates, or if you want a bit more history of the next port that you're visiting, you could find all of that with a touch of a button. So, personalized service, I absolutely love the butler service that we offer, and we offer it for every single suite. Now, with our butlers, sometimes I get the question, what am I going to do with a butler? I've never had a butler. And it's really the small little things that they do. I had the opportunity to sail on my first Silversea last month to Greece, and every day before dinner, what I love to order is a little bowl of mixed nuts with a cold glass of Chardonnay. And he noticed that I didn't enjoy the hazelnuts. So the following day, he pulled those out, and I just had what I enjoyed. And it's those little things without me having to ask him. You know, also sometimes you're rushing out to either catch an excursion or go to dinner, and things get a little bit messy in your suite. You come back to a perfectly clean and neat suite with your glasses being polished and just your chargers being wrapped up, all those little details that you never really think of that are just done. They will also help you with your reservations, any excursions, anything that you would need. Maybe you're out on a hike for the day or you want to experience a lovely soak in tub bath experience. They can run a beautiful bubble bath for you, whatever it may be. And they anticipate everything. So our culinary experience, sophisticated menus, we really elevate our culinary experience. We offer specialty restaurants on all of our ships with up to 10 dining options, which is a really large number when you're looking at the size of our ships. Open seating, in most cases, reservations are not required. You come during certain select times for each restaurant and you can enjoy at your own pace. Immersive culinary experiences. I absolutely love this because I am a foodie and I love to, do hands-on classes and really learn a lot when it comes to culinary and our wonderful SALT program, which I will touch on the next few slides. Oh, here it is. So SALT, what does SALT stand for? It's Sea and Land Taste. So we have our SALT kitchen, which is at no additional cost. And this is the only restaurant at sea with the menu changing constantly based on the destination that we're visiting. So no matter where we're sailing in the world, we will cater to those ports that we're visiting. So we're taking that offshore experience onto our ships. Our salt bar, it's specific crafted cocktails by the expert mixologists, but not only that, they use spices and just different flavors that you wouldn't find it probably here in North America. You could also take mixology classes at the salt bar on those days at sea at no additional cost. Then we have our Salt Lab. This is if you want to experience a cooking class with our chefs. It seats 28 people. We offer it twice a day on those days at sea, and it can only be booked once you arrive onto the ship. It's interactive. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful space, and it really gets you to experience what the process is when making those delicious dishes. Now, the Salt Lab in the evenings will convert into the Salt Chef's Table. This is an 11-course menu. There is an additional cost for it, but it is a beautiful, intimate dining experience and just really something unique and special to enjoy if you're part of the SALT program. Then we have our SALT Experience. This is culinary focused shore excursions once you're off the ship. So the salt experience could be you're visiting a local winery and you may dine with a small group of people at the vineyard, or you're meeting a local chef and you may be invited to their home and doing a tasting there. So something a little bit more elevated and really focused on the culinary experience. And many of our guests do love lectures on board. So, of course, we offer lectures and live cooking demonstrations on board. Here's an overview of everywhere we sail to. So, again, 7 continents, 900 voyages, 12 ships in total for ocean going and expedition. The voyages are now available through 26, 27. Of course, we have our world cruise for 2028. We have something for everyone. And don't forget that we're visiting those ports that those larger ships can't get to. So let's get into the Mediterranean. Let's talk a little bit about this. So, linger longer, delve deeper. So, our Mediterranean sailings give you more time at port. So, with overnights, longer stays, you can truly connect with each destination. From 7 nights to 55 plus nights with over 100 destinations to visit, the options are endless. Then you can also explore these hidden wonders. Our intimate ships were designed to take you to places that most miss. So cherish and immerse yourself in a smaller port like Saint Tropez or Portofino. Or savor the culinary adventure. Embark on an unforgettable culinary journey through our Mediterranean with our SALT program. Enjoy the vineyard tours, which I'd mentioned before, our cooking classes, and unforgettable meals with local chefs. And embrace the extraordinary. Our small ships have the ability to access secluded ports, which the larger ships don't have, bringing you deeper into the heart of every region without compromising comfort. Expect to be pampered from the moment you step on board. I'm sorry. So, why the Mediterranean? The Mediterranean is where history, culture, and beauty, it all comes alive. It's also home to the world's highest UNESCO heritage sites. It's a place where every stop feels like stepping back in time. From hidden coves and hilltop villages to iconic cities like Rome, Venice, Barcelona, you'll find charm everywhere. The culinary experience is more than just a meal, it really does tell a story. From paella to moussaka to pasta to the freshest local flavors shaped by their traditions. And of course, there's that phrase, right? The dolce vita, the art of slowing down, the art of soaking it all in and savoring life's little pleasures. And why exploring this during Mediterranean off season? Well, we've all traveled in the summer to Europe. We've all been to the Mediterranean, hopefully, and we know how busy that can get. So enjoy those mild weathers, which is perfect for outdoor activities without the summer heat. The ability to explore away from the crowds, so experience those regions' rich history and have those perfect picture moments without anyone in the background, and avoid the big crowds and the long lines. This time of the year, you can enjoy the harvest season. There's seasonal wine tastings. They also harvest for olives during this time. There's that scenic beauty of the countryside. So similar to what we would have here with the change of colors, you will see a lot of that in the Mediterranean. And you also have the opportunity, the opportunity to enjoy the holiday traditions. But why do this with Silversea, right? So we've been talking about the small ships and why we want to go into the Mediterranean season. And it's really about enjoying an intimate fleet, an all-inclusive ship where it's the best to crew guest ratio. Think spacious suites, think gourmet dining, cozy lounges, being pampered, enjoying those days at sea, overnights, longer itineraries, the balance of exploration and relaxation. It's really the taste of all worlds. Next. Okay, so let's go into our voyages. So these are one of our 3 popular voyages, and I'll talk a little bit about them. So we have our Rome to Venice, which sails on February 3rd. Of course, we have over 103 voyages to choose from in the Mediterranean. This one is a 10-day in the Silver Muse. Here you can explore the scenic views by bike in Tuscany, which is just imagine riding those hills and the beautiful view of Tuscany. Tuscany is also known for Chianti and Brunello. So if you love and enjoy your wine, Brunello is one of the most expensive wines you can purchase, and Chianti is one of the most delicious. So this is a great region where you can enjoy that. Or you can go to Genoa and explore Rapallo with a guided tour. You can experience street food, visit the markets, try their local focaccia with a variety of cheeses and cured meats. And then you head over to Naples, where you can visit the ancient Pompeii. While enjoying lunch there, you can also visit local restaurants and enjoy their pizza because that's what they're known for. And then head off to beautiful Croatia. And in Croatia, we offer a tuk-tuk ride where you could just sort of explore the town of Croatia, but really it's known for its natural beauty and the Adriatic coastal line. So if you're in Zadar or in Split, make sure that you spend some time on the beaches, enjoying an Aperol spritz and just relaxing. And then Barcelona to Barcelona. This is really special because I did live in Valencia for a little over a year, so it has a little special place in my heart. But it's such a beautiful region. So here we depart Barcelona and we head off to Marseille, which is France's most sunniest and oldest city. And this place is known for antiques. So if you've ever had any clients who really love the crocheting, the beautiful golds, and just I love them, the little teacups or whatever it may be, you can find the most beautiful antique fabrics and pieces in this part of the world. It's also beautiful for yachting, and it's also beautiful to have a nice Aperol Spritz or Hugo Spritz and just enjoy people watching. Then from there, you head off to Palma de Mallorca, which is the island of cuisine, culture, gorgeous people, gorgeous beaches, gorgeous everything. They're known for their tapas. So if you ever want to do a wine and tapa tasting, this is the place to do it. There's also a Caves de Drac, which is one of the world's largest underwater lakes in this cave. So another experience that you can do with Silversea. And then we head off to Ibiza. And Ibiza, everyone knows it's known for its nightlife, but during the day, it's actually really popular with families. A lot of people from Valencia will spend the day in Ibiza. So here you can enjoy a round of golf with us if you wish, or you can discover the island by jeep. You can enjoy, if you want that nightlife, you can still sort of enjoy it during the day and head to one of the lounges and listen to some house and techno and enjoy again a cocktail. Then off to Malaga, you go to the capital of the Coastal del Sol, where you definitely have to visit the Picasso Museum. It's one of the most popular museums in the world. I've seen it myself, and it's just out of this world. You could also enjoy a beautiful picnic. A lot of people in Malaga tend to go to a local shop and just buy a few little tapas and sit on the grass and just people watch and enjoy a nice picnic. And then you're off to Valencia, in between Cartagena, but we don't have all day. And here, what Valencia say they're known for is la paella. Paella, and they have over 30 to choose from. So if you've ever wanted to experience the most delicious paella, this is where you go to have it. And here you can enjoy beautiful wine tastings and enjoy the beaches and the markets in the city. It's a very lively community. And then towards the end, you head to Barcelona. I highly recommend when you're doing this itinerary that you book a pre or a post stay, preferably before because, the time change and flight schedules, but definitely spend some time in Barcelona. And if you are there, make sure to visit the Basilica Sagrada Familia, which is one of the most beautiful basilicas in the world. It's one of the things that I do when I travel is visit the churches and basilicas, and I can definitely vouch that this one is just out of this world. And last but not least is Athens to Athens. Now, I can personally speak of this because this was my first sailing that I did with Silversea with my son and my husband, and I absolutely loved it. Our itinerary was a little bit different than this one, but we did go to Catacolon, which is the birthplace of the Olympics. Beautiful grounds, very safe area. Once you do the tour, which will take you about half day, you can head out to the little town, do some shopping, have a light lunch, maybe an octopus salad, whatever it may be. And then you head off to Suda Bay, Crete. Suda Bay, Crete is one of the most beautiful marinas surrounded by bars and restaurants and cafes and live music. It also has these cobblestone streets where you can just sort of stroll around and do a little bit of shopping, but every turn is a different color. It's almost like you're in the Caribbean. Pinks and blues and greens and purples. Such a beautiful place to visit. Definitely, you would spend an entire day there. And then Santorini. Everyone knows Santorini for their beautiful blue tops and white buildings. Now, I highly suggest when you're in Santorini that you book the excursion with Silversea. I like to explore on my own. I didn't do that, and that was the biggest mistake. So, what Silversea does is we will drop our clients off about 10 minutes prior to the main port in Santorini. And from there we will pick them up and drive them to the top of the mountain in the town of Santorini, where you can do a city tour, you can do a full city tour, you can have lunch, you can do some shopping, you can head to a beach. One of our excursions does include a private beach with beautiful chairs and a cocktail, or you can just do a city walk. If you don't do that and you decide to go to the main Santorini where the cable cars and the donkeys are, you may be lining up for about an hour or two. So I highly recommend that you take an excursion when you're with Silversea. And then we head off to Bodrum, which is in Turkey. Now, this place was really unique because it is the place that everyone around the world goes to buy knockoffs, which is really wild to me. So I was walking with a group of ladies heading back to the ship, and this lady could not stop raving about her new Birkin. The Birkin cost her 150 euros, and she couldn't believe it. And the lady next to her was just nose up, didn't want to hear it. And she said, "Let me see." She grabbed the Birkin, touched it, looked at it, smelt it, opened it, and she's like, "Oh my God, it looks exactly like mine, but I paid $30,000." So it's just unbelievable the quality that they have in this area, and that's what they're known for. So they say it's a market, but it's actually a strip mall of different shops, Prada, Gucci, Fendi, whatever you may think of, and people just all over the world go there to buy their knockoffs. If that's not something that you would enjoy, they also have a strip of beautiful beaches where you can like sit back and relax and enjoy the water. We also have an excursion to the Bodum Castle, which is on the top of the hill, and you can also enjoy lunch over there. And the last stop before you head back to Athens is Patmos. It's a place where I'm going to retire. There's only 100 people that live here. You're either related or you know each other's story and you share everyone's story. It's a beautiful little quaint town that has so much of the traditional charm and beauty that Greece has, and definitely a destination to visit. Okay, so who is our audience? For a classic, I definitely would say 55 plus. If you're looking at a sailing out of Vancouver to Alaska, I did notice that we did have a bit more of a multi-generational family doing those tours, and maybe it's because it's departing from Canada and airfare could get pretty pricey. But baby boomers are a big part of our demographic, and we are expanding to Gen X. With doubling our fleet and having more suites to fill, we have to focus on more than the boomers and shortening our voyages to 7, 10, and 12 nights. They now have the opportunity to sail with Silversea. Empty nesters are also part of our clientele. Solo travelers, we do have a few of them. We do have some voyages where we offer a really aggressive rate of a 25% supplement for solo travelers. And on the ship, they'll do cocktail parties for them. So there's sort of like a meet and greet, something a bit more casual in the Panorama Lounge. We have quite a bit of new to cruising, and mostly we have a number of couples as well on our ships. I hope I didn't take too much of Kristen's time because her expedition product is just out of this world, and I always love to give her the spotlight because she's just fantastic. So I'm going to pass it on to my wonderful colleague, Kristen.
Carolina, now my stomach is like growling. All I want is a glass of wine and a charcuterie board right now. So thank you for taking us through just some of the highlights of our classic cruising in Mediterranean, especially. I'm going to flip us on our head a little bit and introduce you to our expedition product. Now, Silversea as a cruise line, we have been pioneering that small ship luxury cruise experience for just over 31 years, and we recognized an opportunity to make our mark and bring luxury into the adventure cruising space just over 18 years ago by introducing expedition cruising to the Silversea ecosystem. So today we continue to push our boundaries, explore further, get to those more remote reaches of the world. Even with our 4 expedition ships, we do actually travel through all 7 continents, so we can keep your guests very busy in the adventure cruising space. Now, you heard Carolina talk about, our crew to guest ratio, and things like space to guest ratio are very important in the luxury cruising space. I'm going to talk a little bit about experience ratios and how that very personalized approach to our destination is what makes expedition cruising at that luxury level. And of course, that seamless journey. Now, Silversea, we of course are very concerned with what's happening with our ship in the day-to-day, but we also take into account that pre and post journey and making sure that all of those extra elements are taken care of and included for our guests so that we can safely deliver them to and from these far remote reaches of the world where our ships are located. Now, from an inclusion standpoint, we include even those elements right down to your pre and post operational, hotels, charter flights, anything that's needed to help, again, make that safe and seamless journey for our guests from a major city starting point to and from the vessel. We also take care of, those in-destination transfers and your luggage handling. And you wouldn't think much about luggage handling as a luxury offering, but believe me, when you are moving from hotel to charter flight to transfer to airport to hotel, ship and everything in between, it really means a lot to our guests to not have to touch their luggage, and they just show up to their suite on their ship and there's their luggage, or they check into their hotel and their luggage is delivered to them. And when we're talking about charter flights with Silversea, we go through that extra level and layer of comfort for our guests. So looking at a 2x2 configuration on the plane, or if we have a 2x3 configuration, blocking that middle seat to make sure, again, there's that extra space and comfort for our guests. Offering elevated food and beverage on board, including alcoholic offerings, and also offering a flight concierge so our guests have somebody on board from Silversea that they can ask any questions to throughout their journey. And where we have the option and the opportunity, we also love to use those private FBOs. So think private terminals just for our plane, just for our guests, for that private check-in and flight experience. Now, on ship, you heard Carolina discuss, the different ocean view suites and the amenities that we have, and all of that carries through to our expedition fleet as well. So we do, true adventure cruising without sacrificing anything from a comfort and inclusion perspective on board. And then our off-ship day-to-day activities, our expedition team will take our guests hiking, zodiac cruising, wildlife viewing, nature walks. We'll enjoy kayaking. All of this comes as part of the included offering with Silversea Expeditions. And then depending on destination and where we're located in the world, we do also take care of some of the gear elements to get your guests ready and prepared for their expedition as well. So think of, the Silversea Expedition Parka. We'll give them an expedition backpack, reusable water bottle. If they're kayaking with us, we'll take care of all that gear. In our warmer weather destinations, providing snorkel gear. In the Galapagos, because we're there as a year-round destination, including the wetsuit for our guests as well to help with temperature and body regulation. So we like to give those extra added items to help prepare them for their upcoming expeditions. Now, when we look at experience ratios, what we're talking about is your guide to guest and your zodiac to guest ratio. So essentially, the number of guests on board the ship compared to the number of guides and the number of zodiac fleet, because that is ultimately what will determine how much time your guests are able to spend off the ship throughout the day-to-day itinerary. And for us, it is about maximizing that time for our guests and having all guests off ship at the same time exploring. And that could be through a variety of different activities, because we recognize not all of our guests have the same physical ability. So we have, because of the large size of our expedition team, the opportunity to offer varying levels of hikes. So it could be, a nature walk with one of our maybe geologists to learn about the different rock formations in a destination. Maybe it'll be a longer hike to explore some of the flora and fauna deeper into a landing site, or maybe it is a strenuous hike where we literally do, a hike up the side of a mountain or a cliff face. So we have those opportunities to be able to tailor the experience based on our guests' abilities. We also can do the same based on their interest levels as well. I think of my recent experience in the Kimberley, which is in Northwest Australia. And we had about 20 bird enthusiasts that found each other on board. They didn't come on board as a group, but they, got to know each other and really became kind of their own little group on board. And our ornithologists amongst the expedition team said, hey, why don't we actually, split them out and give them bird-themed Zodiac cruises so that, they can really further explore and have intimate experiences and knowledge from our ornithologists on their interests. Whereas, the rest of our guests, we can go out, enjoy the destination, enjoy the landscape, enjoy the variety of wildlife that region had to offer. So again, we can meet our guests where they're at based on interest level, based on, their physical abilities, and make sure that we have maximized that time for them in destination, because we recognize a lot of the places that our expeditions are traveling, these guests may travel with us there maybe once in their life, maybe twice. So we want to make sure, again, that we are giving them the opportunity to spend as much time in the destination off the ship as possible. Now, you saw, Carolina, with our map, we travel to all 7 continents, but this is where we spend our core seasonality with our expedition ships. So we have our Silver Origin. She lives her life year-round in the Galapagos Islands. We have 2 of our polar ships, the Endeavour and the Wind, that spend our summer season up in the Arctic and British Isles region. We then have our 3 polar ships that will join us during the Southern Hemisphere summertime. And we do a variety of itineraries there from 6 days up to 18 days, depending on your preference. And as I mentioned, we have Silver Cloud. She spends a season in Northwest Australia, which is called the Kimberley, but she also does some incredible repositioning cruises. Really at the bottom of the world is where she lives her life. So she does some amazing adventures through to Easter Island, parts of French Polynesia, into Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Raja Ampat, into Indonesia. And we will actually be launching our 27-28 expeditions next month. And stay tuned for some really exciting additional destinations that we will be adding to the roster for Silver Cloud for her 2027 summer season as well. I'll give you a little taster or teaser of what's to come. Now, one of the destinations I'm going to highlight is Antarctica. And one thing I'm going to highlight very specifically is our fly cruise journey, because we have made some incredible innovative strides on really making this journey seamless from start to finish and at that luxury level for the Silversea guest. So all of our expeditions, we start for Antarctica in Santiago, Chile. And we use Puerto Williams at the bottom of the world, at the bottom of Chile, as our jumping off point, as our gateway down to Antarctica. And we are the exclusive Arctic operator that is located here. And we do that on purpose. We want that exclusivity for the Silversea guest, and to also make sure that we don't have the stress of, multiple operators, multiple flights and things like that, that might interject and make that journey less seamless. So we are the exclusive operators from Puerto Williams. If you are sailing the Drake with us currently, this is our departure point, and as of January 2026, this will also be our Fly the Drake departure point. So why fly cruise with Silversea? Now, let's just start with why fly, first of all. This is for the guest that is looking to save time. So rather than doing a 2-day sailing across the Drake Passage on each end of the itinerary, you can actually swap that out for a 1.5-hour flight on either end as well, without losing any of your time in Antarctica. This will also help, any of your clients that may have seasickness concerns, or maybe they just have fears of sailing the Drake Passage. They've seen videos of, the crazy waves, the Drake shake and things like that. And that's been their barrier for why they are not going to go down to Antarctica. This is where the Fly Cruise can solve that for your clients. Now, Silversea, believe it or not, is building the southernmost hotel on Earth in Puerto Williams, Chile. And we are doing this to help facilitate that fly cruise journey of getting our guests to and from Antarctica. So taking that operational element and reimagining it to become an elevated experience for our guests. And I'm going to play a little video for you. Hopefully it'll come through okay, just to give you kind of some inspiration for why and how we're tackling this construction of the southernmost hotel on Earth.
We're going to open up a part of the world that is so difficult to explore and has so much to offer.
It's a very unique and amazing place.
The idea of using Port Williams as a gateway to Antarctica is not new.
Building at the bottom of the Earth is very difficult.
I have never done anything like this before.
I have worked on some complex projects, all of them pale in comparison to this.
Well, we like a challenge.
What we are trying to do as a brand is allow guests to explore and discover the world and do it in uncompromised comfort and luxury.
Antarctica is one of Silversea's flagship programs.
It allows guests to really experience the continent in a deeper, more immersive way.
Going to Antarctica is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It deserves to be visited, but it's a very difficult journey. It's very hard to get there.
Guests come to South America and we fly them from southern Chile to Antarctica to start the journey there.
Therefore, we reimagined the entire journey and we looked for opportunities to cut the journey shorter.
We realized that there was an opportunity to really enhance the pre-cruise experience. The destination drove the decision.
And that's when we came up with the idea of
Building the most southern hotel in the world.
And introducing the Cormorant at 55 South. This is a Silversea built hotel and will be part of our fly cruise journeys starting in January 2026. Now, currently this hotel will be exclusive for our fly cruise guests. I'm sure in the future we will see the opportunity to visit this hotel in other ways, but for the moment, this will be exclusive for the fly cruise guests. So once we charter flight our guests from Santiago down to Puerto Williams, Chile, this hotel is located only about a 5-minute transfer away from the airport, overlooking the Beagle Channel. And once guests check in here, they can expect the same inclusiveness at the hotel as they would on our expedition ships as well. And our intent is to immerse our guests into this part of Chile, introduce them to southern Chile. And, we've worked a lot of the natural elements of the surrounding mountains and the water and the wood and the landscape into the design of the lobby, the public spaces, the rooms. And really, we're going to make it part of their, kind of gateway to Antarctica. So we'll have the opportunity to take them kayaking, to take them hiking, to really enjoy this amazing part of the world before the next day we take them back to the airport and then fly them down to King George Island again on their private Silversea charter. So we have so much to offer when it comes to fly cruise journeys. But as I mentioned, with Antarctica, we do anywhere from 6 up to 18-day itineraries. So if you do have guests that are the intrepid explorers and have no fear of the Drake Passage, we can absolutely offer the sailing of the Drake Passage as well. And we do offer those longer 15 and 18-day itineraries that will expand our guest offerings into the Falkland Islands, into South Georgia. So if you have guests that are really looking to, dive a little bit deeper into some of the polar historian, travel stories like Shackleton and Amundsen, and if they have an interest in expanding their penguin bucket list, I highly recommend a journey to South Georgia, where the king penguin is located in the hundreds of thousands. Now, when we talk about who is the expedition guest on Silversea, our average age does come down a little bit compared to our classic product. And a lot of that does have to do with our shorter journeys to Antarctica and our shorter journeys to the Galapagos. We get a lot of multi-generational families on board. We even sometimes get the skip gen, where the grandparents are taking the grandkids on a grand expedition with Silversea. But a couple statistics that I love, and maybe will help you find new clients into the Silversea expedition ecosystem, is over 30% of our guests traveling on our Antarctic product have never stepped foot on a ship ever before in their life. So think of your clients that you are, building those custom FIT land packages around the world. Maybe they're African safari clients. They are very like-minded to small ship luxury expedition cruising, where they still get a lot of those customized, services and experience from the luxury side, but they still get that true adventure and an intimate experience with our guides in the destination. Now, another cool fact, over 78% of our guests traveling to the Galapagos with us have never sailed with Silversea. So they are coming to us maybe from our sister brands, from Celebrity and Royal, or they are coming from other premium cruise lines, or maybe other luxury lines that don't offer expedition. So there's some great opportunities for you to be mining your database to find the Silversea expedition guest. And then I love this slide as well, just to showcase, the different drivers between our classic guest and our expedition guest. And as you can see, in the top 6 drivers for our classic guest, 4 out of the 6 of those are very on-ship driven. So, really diving into Silversea because of our service, the dining, the suite, the all-inclusiveness. But our expedition guest, 4 out of their top 6 drivers are based on the off-ship experience. So the itinerary, safety in remote destinations, the wildlife, the expedition team. So we do have some guests that will cross between both styles of product, but we do also have guests that will live solely within our classic product and solely within our expedition product. Now, you heard me mention Celebrity and Royal Caribbean because we are, of course, part of the Royal Caribbean Group. And what's fantastic is back in April, we launched Loyalty Status Match. And this means that if you currently have clients that are actively sailing with Royal Caribbean or Celebrity, and they choose to then embark on their luxury journey with Silversea, we offer status match between all 3 brands. So they don't lose that heavily earned sailing time on board each of our different vessels. They can actually share and move that status throughout all 3 brands. So this could be a great way as well to help introduce your guests into luxury. Maybe they're already sailing in the top suites or the retreat on Celebrity, and they're looking to get to some of the more intimate destinations that maybe our sister brands don't offer. This can be a great way to help introduce and elevate them into the Silversea ecosystem. Now I'm going to turn you back to Carolina, who's going to walk you through our new fare called the Luxury of Choice.
Thank you so much. So I just want to start off by saying the reason why we've made this change into the luxury of choice is that we've gathered some information over the past year, and the feedback was that clients are looking for more flexibility, more personalization, more control over their travel experience. So while the all-inclusive model is a major selling point, not every guest wants or needs the same add-on inclusions. So our 3 fares will now fall into an all-inclusive plus fare, an all-inclusive fare, and a last-minute fare. The The all-inclusive plus fare, what is included in it is a refundable deposit, a flexible cancellation schedule, and a Silversea Fare Guaranteed program. But what's really important with the All-Inclusive Plus fare is that we will include a shore excursion credit. This credit and the amount of the credit will be based on the itinerary the clients select. The all-inclusive fare will not include a shore excursion credit, and the deposit will be non-refundable, but the cancellation schedule will be flexible. And then we have our last minute fares, which are usually about 5 months prior to departure to select voyages and must be paid in full at time of booking. Now, where can you purchase these? The ocean-going voyages, expedition voyages, full world cruise, and grand voyages, you could sell an all-inclusive fare. And you can sell an all-inclusive fare for the ocean-going voyages, like the Mediterranean that we just spoke about. Last-minute fares will only be available for ocean-going and expedition. And just a reminder, because our fares have changed, the inclusions on board remain the same. So butler service, personalized service, onboard gratuities, complimentary Wi-Fi, port fees and port taxes prepaid, your premium drinks, your unlimited dining options, your 24-hour in-room service, fine wines, champagnes, caviar, everything will still be included. The only thing that has changed are the excursions. So instead of us giving you an excursion per person per day, we're giving you a credit so that your clients have the choice to choose the excursion that they wish to experience. And we've also introduced a few different options. So within our Silversea Shore excursions, with the credit, you can only buy into the highlight experiences, the signature experiences, and the private experiences. So the highlight experiences are your iconic sites. So it's a must-see landmarks, maybe it's a walking tour, a cathedral visit, a market visit. A signature experience is more of an intimate tour, so they're crafted exclusively by Silversea. So it might be a wine tour, a cooking class, a painting class. Then your private experiences, if you're looking for an exclusive tour for your group, this one will be tailored to, could be 2, could be 4, could be 6, but it will be private with your own private guide, your own private transportation, and your own experience. And then earlier this year, we launched our custom experiences. And this is, you may be on the Silversea website taking a look at all of our itineraries, and there just isn't what your clients are looking for. So now we can tailor make and design a custom experience for your clients, which will be handled by a different department internally. And it could really be anything, any wish that they may have, we can customize for them. And what's really exciting is our overland experiences. So if you have clients that want to book 2 voyages, but want to take a little break in between, we're offering a 2-3 day mid-cruise island tour. So now your clients can book beginning to end and middle with Silversea, making it seamless.
All right, I'm going to take you through some of our travel partner resources so that, as you were going through this presentation, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. How can I start selling this product now? Here are some of the tools, kind of your one-stop shop for everything. So if you're not currently registered with us, make sure you get signed up for my.silversea. And that's where everything that you're going to see is located. Essentially, it's our agent portal for all these fantastic resources. Now, Marketing Central gives you access to our offers and incentives. If you want to put a group together, we have the opportunity to customize group flyers for you through the tool. In our offers and incentives section, we've got destination flyers you can customize, all kinds of fantastic digital brochures that you can keep for your own knowledge, share with your clients. And of course, just those day-to-day tools of things like the ship details, the size of them, the deck plans, the suite locations, all of that fantastic stuff. And of course, a fantastic photo, video, logo library if you are doing any of your own marketing creation. Now, don't let this be the only academy, that you have done with us today. We do also have our online Silversea Academy, where you can become an expedition specialist, a classic voyage specialist, through our online program. And the great thing is we keep adding new content to the Academy. They're just short 10 to 12 minute little video modules. It might be about the SALT program, as you heard Carolina discuss, or maybe just a little program specifically about Antarctica Fly Cruise. So you can really learn about all the different offerings within Silversea in just kind of short little snippet, video opportunities. Now, Rallyo, this is our set it and forget it social media tool. I know I definitely suffer sometimes with inspiration and content to post on my social media. So let us do the work for you. We put out into the world fantastic photo and video content with some inspirational messaging to help, spark a love for Silversea with your potential new clients. And you can set this at the frequency that you would like and on the different channel that you would like as well. And this is good for Facebook, for LinkedIn, for Instagram, but it does have to be a Facebook business page. Now, approach guides, we entered into a partnership with approach guides just a few months ago, and there's a few reasons why I love approach guides. Now, we recognize when you're sending your clients itineraries and things like that, you don't want or need any call to action that is going back to Silversea directly. You want that to be coming back to you. So Approach Guides allows you to co-brand the Silversea website. So all of the fantastic content that we already have on the consumer website, you can share those links confidently and safely with your clients, and it removes any of the call to action to Silversea directly and replaces it with your logo, your contact information, so that it creates all these fantastic warm leads for you. Now, another thing that we've done with Approach Guides is we have created some ready-made content experiences. So if you have a guest that's interested in a place like Antarctica, for example, we have a content experience ready to go that you can co-brand and send to your client. And it will share all the different information about Antarctica with Silversea, the time of year, the different types of voyages available. And again, it's all ready to have, those warm leads come back to you. And actually, Approach Guides does work with Rallyo in terms of being able to customize and post directly onto your social media feeds as well. So fantastic tool for you to be marketing, and so incredibly simple to use as well. So I do encourage you to scan the little link below and sign up now to start using Approach Guides. Now, of course, one question we always get asked, do we offer travel advisor rates? And yes, we absolutely do. You can find the list and the application form through that Marketing Central link under offers and incentives. We don't often do multiple FAMs because if there's a good news problem to have, we do sell quite well. So we have better opportunity to put onesie, twosie advisors onto different voyages compared to full FAM. So we really recommend the kind of do-it-yourself FAM approach with Silversea. Now, the current offer that we have in the market right now is up to a 40% savings on over 550 voyages across both classic and expedition, and that is good through until November the 10th. Now, you have made it all the way through with us, but what if you need some additional support? Now, you've met Carolina. She is our Director of Sales for Eastern Canada. She covers Saskatchewan all the way through to the east. And then we have Eva Horn, who is our Director of Sales for Western Canada, covering Alberta and BC. And we also have a fantastic inside sales team that supports both of them as well. I'm an additional layer for Canada, and I work in partnership with Carolina and Eva specifically on helping you grow your expedition business and your expedition knowledge. So together we work in a multi-layer of support to help let's all mutually grow our Silversea business together. Now, I think we're going to tackle some questions. Hopefully they're easy and you've been fair to us today.
Well, I think you did such a comprehensive presentation that there actually aren't many questions. This never happens. Wow, congratulations.
That's wonderful.
Okay, I do have one. An agent, Nicole, would like to know where she can find last minute deals or anything that's being sold off, like before departure?
So our last minute sales, which are released 5 months prior to sailing on select voyages, if you visit the Silversea website, you can click on offers on the top right, and then you click on last minute sales and it'll give you those voyages.
You can also do the same for that for our solo travelers as well. If you want to know which voyages have that reduced supplement that Carolina was speaking about through that same channel, that's available as well.
Okay, that's great. That was the one question. Agents, are you sure you don't have any questions? Such a comprehensive webinar, but they have so much product.
I hope
Okay.
you felt the excitement. I think we were pretty excited to share the love for Silversea, so I hope the advisors felt it as well.
Well, actually, that was one of the comments from the agents that your enthusiasm for the product just kind of shone through the screen. So, yeah, it was a very fun presentation. And maybe I'll just make a comment to the agents because I went with Silversea to Antarctica and I did the Drake's Passage. And I was really worried about it, but it was like, completely smooth sailing. I didn't even have to take gravel at all. And, it was just like one of the most phenomenal trips I've ever had. Zodiac excursions, walking around with the penguins, the landscape was just totally incredible. After a day out on an excursion, I would go back and sit in the hot tub and have a beer, and there would be whales jumping out of the water everywhere. And I wasn't a big cruiser until I went on this expedition, and now I'm, back to cruising. So, they helped me do a complete 180.
That's awesome. It's definitely, I think, a mind-blowing destination to be able to come back into the world of cruise. That's awesome. And it's awesome you got to experience it on Silver Endeavor. What a stunning, stunning ship she is.
Yeah, it was an amazing ship. Every detail. The butler was incredible. The food was so good. I've never had that much caviar in a week in my entire life. Okay, well, why don't we wrap it up then and agents can start getting to selling Silversea. So, why don't we start with you, Carolina, just to wrap up inspirational little speech for the agents so they, have their marching orders when they're talking to clients.
I want to share because sometimes people get intimidated with selling luxury. And what if I could leave you with anything? And if you have that premium clientele, or if you're selling suites in a larger cruise line, or if you have those questions that people are asking, we're looking for more space, we're looking for elevated dining experience. Those are signs that they're ready to move into the luxury market. And if you're intimidated by it, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you support, to meet with you, to meet with your clients, to maybe do a consumer event. But not only that, if it's a price point situation, look at those last minute deals and start with that because once they're on board with us, I promise you they will come back. So I just wanted to make sure that all of you from Saskatchewan to Newfoundland, I am your contact. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out. I'm here to support your business and to grow it with Silversea.
Thank you. All right, Kristen, final words of inspirations on why agents should be selling expeditions.
And kind of just to go along with what Carolina said, I am here to help you. I recognize as an advisor, you have the world to learn. It is a big world out there, and expedition is very operationally different than ocean cruising, than river cruising. And I'm that extra layer of let me jump on the phone with you and your client and talk through what does a day in the life of Antarctica look like? How do you get there? What's the journey? What is everything that comes included? Sometimes, as Carolina said, there's maybe little sticker shock to begin with, but once you understand the value that is put into a Silversea voyage, we promise you, your guests are going to continue to come back to us again and again. So don't be scared and don't worry if you don't know, because we know and we are here to support you and take you hand in hand, through the sales process and help get those bookings over the finish line and into a deposit scenario with us. So thank you for the opportunity. And we're here to support. We are so hungry to help you grow your Silversea business, and you have the best team to do it with.
Okay, thank you both so much for being here today. That was a very interesting and fun presentation. And I also want to thank the agents. Thank you for spending an hour with us today. I know it was a lot of information, but I think it was worthwhile. If you can sell these cruises, wow, your business will really grow. So thank you all. We will see you again at another Travel Week webinar. And thank you again to our Silversea presenters. Bye,
Awesome.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.